Hi everyone, I hope you're having a good week and I hope you got to enjoy some sun this weekend, get to see that a little bit hopefully. So this week is the first week that we're having a test, and so I want to do two things in this announcement. I want to talk about the test, what to expect, that kind of thing, and then to talk about the new material that we're going to cover this week. So this week, if you go into the weekly to-do list, you'll see, I'm talking about taking the test, and in general, I think we should always really focus on doing well on the test and then worry about the new material. And I know that I have the test at the end of the week, and so that kind of, it might not be totally possible to do that, but that's what I would suggest, to not worry about all of the endocrine system. I'm going to talk about that second, but really make sure that you're prepared to take the test. And so the last reproductive homework is due this Wednesday. That's the week 3 homework. It's long. I mentioned that in the last announcement, so make sure you've started that. And then the test will open, the reproductive system test will open right at midnight on Thursday, and it's going to be open for 48 hours. So you have to take the Unit 1 test this week. That's going to be Thursday and Friday, and then the homework is due Wednesday night prior. Other than that, which that's a lot, we're starting the endocrine system. So like I said, I'll talk about that second, but basically all of this information is about the endocrine system. So I'm going to come back to that. Okay, and I just want to show you the last homework for reproductive. I think you know where that is already. You're finding these just fine, but this is where the test is going to appear also. Okay, and so this week 3 homework, this is the one that's due this Wednesday. And then I'll put a shortcut in here that will say test 1. Okay, so you won't have to look around for the test. I'm going to have a shortcut right here. But let's say that you want to take the test at midnight on Thursday, and I forgot to put that shortcut in on Wednesday. If you go into mastering assignments, you'll also find test 1 there. So you don't have to wait for me to, put a shortcut in this folder. You could find it there also. And then the week 4 homework, this is the first endocrine system homework, and I just put that down at the bottom. After the test closes, I'll close all of the reproductive homeworks and the reproductive system test, so there won't be so much to look at here. Okay, but that is the first endocrine system homework, and so, like I said, worry about that after you take the test. So like I said, the test will appear here. I opened it just so I could show you what to expect. Okay, so once you see the test and you open the test, this is what you'll see. So it is a timed assignment. You can see I'm giving 80 minutes, so I'm giving an hour and 20 minutes. And when you first open the test, this is the exact kind of like home page that you'll see. And so you don't have to start the test. You can't like accidentally click on the test. I mean, if you click on the test accidentally, this is what you would see. So if you want to start the test, you just click start. I'm going to click start in a minute just to show you what that's going to look like. But before you start, you want to make sure that you're prepared to take the test, that you have all of your materials, accessible, that you know the notes, that you have the notes nearby, that, you have any resources that you want to use, that, it's not a windstorm or snowstorm and the electric's going to go out. Use Chrome. You must use Chrome to take the test, or it's going to, give you a hard time, maybe even like stop working, and none of us want that. So please use Chrome. Please open the test when you're ready to take the test, and once you click start, you'll see the timer will start running. And the way that this works is, you can see it's kind of like the homework, is that you can open an item, and you don't have to answer that. If you weren't sure what the answer is, you can close it, and I can go into another item. But what will happen is once you answer an item, you can't go back to that item. And so you'll start to close these items down, unlike the homework where I gave you more than one possible answer attempt. This is just, a one-shot answer. You submit the answer and then you're done. And so the test is long. You can see there's 73 items on the test, and a few of these have more than 1 point. Like, so there's more than one answer. You can see those, you'll see them right on your screen too. So in total, there are 79 questions on the test, and I'm giving 80 minutes. And so you need to make it through the test, these 79 questions, within the 80 minutes. If you don't make it through the test, what will happen is at the 80-minute point, the test will close. And wherever you're at, that is your grade. I'm going to consider any unfinished work a result of not being prepared enough to take the test, that you didn't know the information well enough and that you're looking up too much information last minute. Okay, so make sure you're prepared to take the test. The test will close after the 80 minutes. Or if you make it through the test in 40 minutes, after you answer your last item, the whole test will close. And so that's a little bit unsettling when you're not used to it. You can email me if you want to, but the test will automatically close because you're unable to open an item once you answer it. And so if you wanted to look at directions on how to take the test, what you should do is take a look at the syllabus, because I wrote everything out there and I just want to take a quick look at this with you. Okay, so on the section about the unit tests, you can see how I'm saying that the test is going to appear under homework and test, that it's going to be available for, the 2 days. You can take it anytime on Thursday or Friday, but once you open the test, you must complete it. So yes, once you open the test, you can skip around in the questions, but once you open the test, that's your only chance you have to complete the test. Okay, so it's going to be under homework and tests, and each test is timed. I'm saying approximately 70 minutes. This test, I'm giving you 80 minutes. You can complete it in less time. That's no problem, but it will automatically close at the 80 minutes. So make sure that, you're on a charged computer, that your kids don't need you, all that kind of thing. Also, the test will automatically close after that 48-hour window. So in other words, the test is closing Friday at midnight. So if you open the test Friday at 11 p.m., you're only going to have an hour. Even though I'm giving you 80 minutes, it's going to close Friday at midnight. Okay, so make sure that you plan appropriately for that. There's 79 questions on this test, and they're, primarily multiple choice, but they're also multiple select, where there's, different, more than one correct answer. I do have matching, I do have labeling on this test. Okay, you can't open the test a second time. But you can open and close the questions in any order. I'm letting you do that. But you only get one attempt to answer each question. So once you submit it, you can't go back to that question. And that's why it automatically, closes down after you're done with the test. So once all the questions are answered, it automatically closes. You can't read it over. That's different than a paper test. If you don't finish the test, then, as I said, I'm going to interpret that as lack of preparation. Test grade is going to automatically appear within your mastering grades. So if you go into course resources, I have mastering scores for students. You'll see the test grade right away. And it's going to periodically sync with Brightspace. So, what happens a lot of times is you look right away in Brightspace and it will have a low grade, and it's just because a sync occurred while you were taking the test. And so that was the current grade, but that will update. So please don't have any worries about that. If you have notice of academic accommodations, then please reach out to me, make sure I'm aware of that. And as I said, you can use your notes book. I just ask that you don't work with anyone else. And that is basically the rules for the test. So I hope that makes sense. So I'm going to jump into the endocrine system. So I opened the endocrine system folder for us, and we're starting the endocrine system this week. And the reproductive system is actually technically part of the endocrine system, right? Because the gonads secrete hormones. But you can see this folder is set up the typical way. The notes are there. The video playlist are just all the videos from the, we're only spending 2 weeks on this unit. The lectures from the unit, practice questions. This organizational chart, I have that pulled up. I want to show you that real quick. my PowerPoint, and then these are just quick links to the 3D model in case you want to use that. It's a resource through the library. So as far as what we're doing this week, we're going through the introductory information for endocrine system and talking about the pituitary gland and the thyroid and the parathyroids. So I have a long list of things to cover this week. So I would just like to let you know, focus first on reproductive, as I've said. Even though I have a long list of things to cover in the homework, I'm only going to ask through the pituitary gland. So just in case you don't finish this week, you know, the homework, I'm going to ask about the thyroid on the next homework. And actually next week is a little bit shorter. I don't have as many glands next week, so know that too. So I'm kind of putting a lot out there right in the front so that you can work on this if you have the time. So introductory material, hypothalamus and the pituitary, the thyroid follicles and the parafollicular cells and the C cells of the, parathyroid glands and the C cells of the thyroid. So that's what I have up for this week. And like I said, the homework's a little bit shorter than this. But the chart that I told you about in the folder, that organizational chart of hormones, this is what it is. It's just to fill in the blank. But I think this can be really effective as you go through and like learn about the pituitaries, the hormones of the anterior and posterior pituitary. What you can do is fill out this chart. So you keep track of what hormone is coming from what gland, particularly like what cell type is it coming from or what region is it coming from? Why would that hormone be released? Where is it going? Where are the receptors? What are the effects of that hormone? And if you can kind of dissect out this like information and make like a concise chart for yourself, this is going to be really useful. So that's what that is. I hope that you like it, and please let me know what questions you have. And I guess that's it. We'll see how the first test goes. Thank you.